Giddy up like a spur, I feel like Tim Duncan, yeah. Shorty, she tweaking, she yelling and screaming. Let's get all the fussing, yeah. Let's get all the fussing, yeah. Chasing this gleaming ball like Tatum.
All right, everybody, welcome back with some more 94 feet. It's your boys DJ and Isaac. The NBA Cup starting tonight. They tip off tonight, so we're gonna talk about it. Honestly, this thing was kind of crazy last year. I understand how it works with the three teams and the one wild card team, but I think it's only gonna get even crazier this year because if you look at some of these groups, and we're gonna go into it, it's a bit of a toss up in some of these groups. Do you think, Isaac? What do you think? Because I
Yeah,
feel
nah,
that.
it is a bit of a toss up with some of these groups. If I'm being honest, it's gonna be very interesting this year. I'll say that.
Yes, very interesting. But we're gonna lay down some predictions right now, maybe some discussion after, but let's get started. In East Group A, we got the Knicks, the Magic, the Sixers, the Nets, and the Hornets. So, Isaac, who do you have coming out of this?
Um, I feel like the favorite to win is the Knicks. If Paulo Banchero was still here, I think we would be seeing the Magic coming out of that. Him being injured is, sucks because he was turning into that superstar that we was talking about earlier. Yeah. Joel Embiid coming back is gonna make things a little shake up. You know what I'm saying? So Philly could come out. Um, Brooklyn and Charlotte, low key been making some noise.
I was thinking that.
They've been making some noise, and they're young teams. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're playing with nothing to lose, really, everything to gain. So they could make a surprise, and it could be one of those teams. But if we're being honest, I think the Knicks are coming out of that.
Yeah, honestly, it's hard to not roll with the Knicks here. Also, the biggest thing with the Sixers is the Maxi injury. As much as we've had our arguments on this channel about who's better than who, them losing Maxi pretty much gives them
Yes.
rids them of any shot because they're playing the Knicks tonight too. So they're going to be so
Yeah,
it's going to be
no.
just Embiid and PG. Embiid's first game back. I'm like,
Kyle Lowry is guarding Brunson, and
yeah.
Brunson is about to go off on him.
Once again, as I put it, it's basically you have to win out your group to make you have to win out your group to make to the quarterfinals. The
Yeah.
Sixers are going to start. They'll start with an L to begin their NBA Cup run. So
I
to
mean, they could
me,
surprise us, but I don't know
yeah,
because
but
if we're being honest, Karl Anthony Towns, I don't know if this stat is still true, if this was just off their last game, but points in the paint, whenever people are going to the paint and he's in the paint, it's like they're like 91%
well, I mean, yeah,
in the paint on him.
he's not a big rim
But
protector. So
he's not a big rim protector, and that's what they need, if I'm being honest, because if you're playing against Embiid, not only can he can space it out a little bit and shoot, but he's gonna take it to him. You know what I'm saying?
that's fair. That's fair. But
So
those are the real two tops. As you point out, I also agree with. We have Paolo. This is a different conversation.
yeah,
But he's out pretty much. It said 4 to 6 weeks about 2 weeks ago, but for the most part, he's out through the tournament. So assuming that in the next 2 weeks they're going to pick up 1 to 2 L's, they're pretty much going to file a contention really quickly.
yeah, I know he's not gonna be 100% during the tournament whatsoever. So
Yeah, even if he does somehow come back for the tail end of it, like late December, the last game. By then, though, I was like they're already going to probably take a couple of their losses. So
yeah,
I think Charlotte, part of me wants to attempt to believe in, but I'm just not fully there yet with them. I'll be honest. But them and the Nets are like sneaky, like underdogs, like under
I
the
mean
radar.
the Nets been giving teams a run for their money. Like I understand they may not have the best record or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But if you look at the games that they have played, they've been coming close to it with a
Yeah.
couple teams. And Charlotte, if I'm not bugging, they had a game winner the other day. I forgot who it was against, but that Miller and Melo connection, I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah.
them and then Trey Mann coming off the bench, they're looking decent. So like they could make a surprise for it. But if we're looking at the teams based off of what they look like on paper and what they have done in the season so far, I'll have to go with the Knicks. The
Yeah.
way they're playing through Cat and allowing Brunson to just open things up, it's scary. It's scary. So
Yeah. It's
yeah.
legit. But on to East Group B. We have the Bucks, the Pacers, the Heat, the Raptors, and the Pistons.
I know what you're gonna say.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I don't believe them.
I'm just saying. Tyrese Halliburton finally showed up and did what I know he's possible of doing. And it's right around that time where he was lighting them up in the NBA Cup last year.
Yeah,
So
nah. I'll give it to him. He did have a good game. I can't even say good. It was a great game. Against the Knicks the other day. I would give that to him. 35 and 14 it was.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, those are great numbers, and I can't knock that. But do I think that they're gonna come out of that? If I'm being honest with you, no.
So who do you got coming out is my question.
It's a toss up. It's really a toss up between the Heat and the Bucks. I understand what the Bucks are going through.
Really?
Yeah, the Pistons could make
I was gonna
a
say
run. The
honestly,
Pistons could make a run. That
I was like after Indiana, I was like, in this the way Milwaukee just started this season, and Miami hasn't made a whole bunch of noise either. I was like, give me Detroit. Like,
well, see, the thing with Miami is, if I'm not bugging, um, for the most part, they're healthy. So whenever the games count, for some reason they just decide to show up and just show out.
so you're just assuming that they're just gonna show up randomly,
You know what I'm saying? I feel
starting the
like
day or Friday, like they're just gonna just pop in and
I
be
just think
like,
they're just gonna pop up and just start hooping for real, like they're supposed to. Um, it's really a toss up because I understand the coaching problem. Not only the coaching problem, but the chemistry in Milwaukee alone
oh
is
snap,
just it's not there. So
no,
that is
not at
gonna
all.
it's gonna cause a rift between the players and the coaching staff and the way they play, as we can see how they started this season. But if Dame and Giannis just decide to just take over, they could come out of that.
Yeah, they could. I'm the Bucks could muscle their way out of that
They could
division
come out of that, if
or
I'm
that
being
group. They could
honest.
definitely muscle their way out. I personally just think, I think the way Indiana did them last year, I think that's going to be the same thing.
Well, I think because the way they did them last year, I don't think it's going to be the same thing.
That is fair. I'll give you that. But you know me, I'm rocking with my guy Halliburton. At this point, these conversations have kind of have forced me to be a little more outspoken than I probably would have, honestly. But at this point, you got to stand on business. So I'm standing on business, and I'm rocking with my squad. I'm rocking with the
I
Pacers.
respect it. I respect it.
But now, East Group C. I'm going to name the five teams, but this conversation really is two teams. We got the Celtics, the Cavs, the Bulls, the Hawks, the Wizards. Simple as this. Next Tuesday, November 19th, Celtics, Cavs. Who's winning that game and winning this division or this group? Let's be so honest with ourselves.
Well, let's slow down for a second. Celtics is my favorite team. The Cavs are the best team in the league right now. So yes, I believe one of them two is going out. We can't forget about the Bulls.
Yeah, we can, respectfully, we can. I'm no.
No. I'm only saying this because if I'm not bugging, they only lost by 6 to the Cavs.
Well, I mean, the any given Sunday rule applies here.
I understand that. But all in all, they could make a run. I'm not saying they're making it out of this because if we're being honest, no, they're not making it out. But they can make a run and make some noise. I don't think that they're fully counted out. Same thing with the Hawks, although they're not going to beat the Celtics. I don't think they're beating the Cavs either, so that really takes them out of it. And we know the Wizards ain't doing nothing. So yeah, I would have to, if I'm being honest, next Tuesday really would tell that game for me. Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell on a mission.
Well,
And I love to see it, no
yeah.
cap. But the job's not finished in Boston.
Nah.
So
I tell you this.
we're gonna see how that goes.
I tell you this, we was talking about Believeland and Cleveland. It's Believeland over there right now because they are at a pace of winning games starting off that's similar to the 73 win Warriors right now. Now I'm not saying they're gonna do all that, but like they're at that kind of pace right now, like winning wise, like getting off, hitting the ground running without losing a game. In reality, I personally think there's a world where the Celtics play them next Tuesday and give them their first L of the season.
Yeah, no. I literally was talking to LA earlier about it. I think the Celtics are going to be their first L of the season. I don't. They play the. Who is it that they play?
They play. Oh well, the Celtics got the Hawks
No, no, no.
tonight.
I'm not. I'm talking about the Caps. Who are they playing up these next coming games? Hold on. I just had it up. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Honestly, I put it as simple as this. Why you look at it? To me, Cleveland's been on a roll. They actually put out the Warriors, so like they're not gonna anybody comes their way. But I'm
So
genuinely just assuming because the way
they're
Tatum has been playing.
playing. Yeah, I hear you. Um, they're playing the Sixers tomorrow. Then they play the Bulls Friday.
Oh
They
yeah,
play the Hornets Sunday.
yeah, yeah.
If I'm being honest with you, like I said, the Bulls can make a run. That's also a playing game if I'm not bugging because that's on
Yes,
Friday.
yes. That's also a
I
NBA
mean, not
Cup game.
playing. Yes,
Yeah,
NBA Cup. Um, so it could happen if they're playing the way they're playing on right now. It's not gonna happen. They could lose to the Sixers tomorrow, but Embiid not playing back to backs that shuts that down. No Maxi, you just have PG out there. Nothing against him, but he's averaging Tobias Harris numbers right now. So maybe he can turn up for that, but I don't see it happening. And then the Hornets, they're a young team, but if I'm being honest, um, hopefully everyone stays healthy, but the Cavs probably just gonna run through them if I'm being real. So yeah, the Celtics are probably gonna be their first loss, and it's not even gonna be an easy one because the way they're playing and the momentum they have right now, I know they're gonna give the Celtics a run for their money. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Tobias Harris numbers was mad funny,
hey
but
man, I look it up. He's averaging like
no,
14 and
no,
like six
it's
rebounds. I'm
no,
not
it's
saying it's
bad, but it's
bad,
just
but
that was just wicked.
that's what Tobias Harris was averaging when he was over there. Or
Nah,
he might be averaging that now,
that's
which is
true.
even sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
Oh snap! But also too, the thing is, and the reason why I feel like with like a Cleveland anyway, why I feel like Boston would be their first L. The game is in Boston.
Yeah. Um, Besides last season though, I don't I don't like the Celtics in Boston. I feel like they're better everywhere else. It's something
I
about playing
mean,
in Boston. It's something about playing in Boston where it's like yes, the energy is there, the fans are there, the chemistry is there. It's like we are at home. But then sometimes I feel like they take a step back and just be like, we're at home. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a little comfortability thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I
That game is gonna be a great game to watch. No cap.
I mean, we were 9-2. We've won one on the road, one at home. I mean, we've only taken one loss, like one loss on the road, one loss at home. So we're kind of have the same
Yeah.
sort of rec. So that's why I'm like, to me, I feel like the home court kind of thing still
And
applies.
that loss at home was
The
Curry
Warriors,
with the purple shoes and no Jalen Brown. Nah, he
technically,
had them
or
purple
no
shoes on.
Porzingis, even though that applies to every game. So
If I'm being honest, anything that happens before Porzingis, I'm just looking at it like we still don't have Porzingis. I'm not worried.
I mean,
You allow
genuinely,
Al Horford to come off the bench. You know
that
what I'm
is kind of
saying?
crazy to think about.
Like I understand he getting old, but like he's starting right now. You
He's
know what I'm
still at
saying?
Orford though, too.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a fact. Um, Allowing him to come off the bench and then Nemi,
Yeah,
Nemi, he has been stepping up. I saw a glimpse of him in the G League, and I was like, this kid is gonna be something. I didn't think it was gonna happen so soon.
not at all. I'm not gonna pretend I was not at
Oh
all.
yeah, no, I didn't think that was gonna happen so soon. I mean, I saw him that one game when he played, but then he started in the Warriors game, and
He played pretty well, all
yeah,
things
if I'm being
considered.
honest, besides some of them switching and getting him out there guarding like Curry and stuff like that, he played really well.
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of Robert Williams.
Honestly, the funniest thing I saw, someone said Rob Williams is 44, he's 88, and they're like 44 times two. And
Yo,
I
come
was like,
on now.
yo.
Like it just matches up. I
Also,
don't
too,
know. It's
though,
not a coincidence.
it's not. Also, too, though, in this, Celtics Cavs matchup thing, Peyton Pritchard secretly has like the strongest case for six man of the year right now.
Oh, yes, he has the most points coming off the bench
Like
for a player in the
he
league right
has
now.
a crazy case right now. And it's
He's
like
better than Halliburton.
here we go. I'm not entertaining this today. Not today. Not today. But yeah, honestly, like Peyton Pritchard really is like the six man of the year front runner right now, which to me is like I don't want to say baffling, but it's like, yo, he's balling right now.
I mean, from someone who not necessarily was a hater, but I just wasn't
I'll
agreeing with.
say it. I was not with it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't agreeing with him being on the team. The way our bench was looking, to me, it looked weak. The way he's playing right now, I'm not stressing it.
I'm like,
We have the pieces. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
he's stepping up.
I'm loving what he's doing, and I hope he continues to do it and just get better.
Yep. But we'll keep moving on. West Group A. Now onto the Western Conference. Western Group A is really interesting to me. You got the Timberwolves, the Clippers, the Kings, the Rockets, and the Blazers. I don't know about you, but the Clippers are like weirdly finding their footing without PG or Kawhi,
Which is, it's nice.
but I don't believe it.
Um, I want to see how long James Harden can keep it up.
Yeah.
Two, when does the spotlight get too bright for Norman Powell?
Yeah, like him as a number two, I did not picture. I'm being honest with you.
The other thing is, as Pat Bev says, Big Zoo, he calls him.
Yeah, Zubac.
Can he stay healthy?
Fair. Now, my thing is, the Clippers, they look nice, but something just in my gut is like, I don't trust it. The Rockets have potential, but I think they're in that same boat as the Hornets are, where it's like they're a sneaky contender in division in a spot where they got some good teams above them. The front runner is also Timberwolves. But Isaac knows me, and Isaac knows what I'm about to say.
Yeah, no, that's why I looked, because I already knew what you was about to say.
DJ's finna light the beam, y'all. Here's my thing. I've been watching these dudes play. I think people forget. They have two clutch players of the year. They got Fox and DeRozan down the stretch. You got Sabonis, even though LA made the wildest pick in history and built your squad with him, Sabonis does give you basically a triple-double and is the root of that offense. He's coming down. Sabonis is picking and popping, sending these dudes downhill to the mid-range. I argue the two best mid-range shooter in the NBA are on the same team right now in the fourth quarter, going back and forth, getting clutch buckets. They played the Suns the other day. I get Durant is out, but they played the Suns the other day, and literally these two combined for like all their fourth quarter and overtime points. I genuinely feel like.
Hold on, wait. Did you just say overtime?
Yes.
They went to overtime with the Suns without Kevin Durant.
Yes. Once again, though, hey, you can sit there and repeat that and smile and feel like you cooked or something, whatever.
No, I mean, like, if we're just being technical.
Yeah, no, I'm once again.
As long as the Timberwolves are healthy, they're flying through them. It will be no light to beam.
The
beam will be shut off.
They beat them last year though.
Yeah, no, they did. I just don't see it happening again. Like I said, if they stay healthy, the way Julius Randle is playing, as long as he is healthy, they're smooth.
Fair.
Getting Rob Dillingham in there to get some of the weight taken off of Mike Conley, amazing. You know what I'm saying? And if we just being technical, as long as the defensive players do what they're supposed to, and of course Anthony Edwards just keeps the backpack on. If I'm being honest, I don't see them losing to the Kings, not once. And like you said, that was last year. So same thing for the Bucks and Pacers. You don't think he's coming back? Like, oh, this team beat me last year and went and added some pieces, and Ant is a dog.
Oh yes, but I generally feel like in that little one game little sample, I think the Kings can do it. So
if I'm not bugging, he has one of the most. He's I think top 3 in threes right now in the season.
Yeah, he's wilding out. I can't lie. Ant's wilding out. I'm not sitting here. I said they are definitely the front runner. But me personally, I'm finna light the beam. That is just me. The way I rock with Halliburton, I've been rocking with the Kings. Because I've been rocking with the Kings heavy since they went into the playoffs last year, 2 years ago. So I'm staying loyal to my other two squads besides them boys in Boston where I come from. In all reality, I'm lighting the beam. I think the Kings can get him, so I'm gonna stick with him. I'm not gonna abandon the ship. But the Timberwolves are the front runner. Let's be honest with ourselves.
The Timberwolves are gonna do that. I'm gonna be real with you. Sabonis, great player, doing exactly what he needs to do. DeRozan shows up when he needs to, and the rest of that team, they're smooth. They might lose to the Clippers though.
They beat the
Sad to
Clippers the
say.
other day though, so that's my
No,
thing.
yeah. I understand that. I
Like the
know that.
baby,
That's a fact. That's a
like the
fact.
baby,
But
like
that's
the
what I'm
baby.
saying. I think they might lose to them in this.
I mean, well, to be seen, honestly.
That's a fact.
Now, I say this: if you think this group is wild, who's coming out? Who? West Group B, you have the Thunder, the Lakers, the Spurs, the Suns, and the Jazz. Goodness gracious. I know that the Lakers decided to really show up and play some hardcore basketball because they know there's money attached to winning this thing, because that's what they did last year and then disappeared. You also have the Spurs, who Wemby decided to torch the Kings last night. So part of me is kind of thankful they're not in that division because, oh my goodness, he went off for
Um,
34 and 16 rebounds and blocks and assists. Like he was padding stats on us.
the
So
beam was turned off.
no, Wemby reached up and snatched the beam, was like, no, thank you, no, thank you. Like he tweaked. So the Spurs are a team that seems like you can run and gun and put them on the board there.
Yeah.
I don't know the timetable of Durant's injury, so there's possibly he pops back in here in the picture. If not, they still have Booker and Beal. So the Suns, you never can kind of sleep on them. So it is
Yeah.
a wild division, a group, excuse me. But I'm gonna
Um,
rock with the Thunder on this one. I figure that's just I'm gonna rock with the
okay.
Thunder.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm not rocking with the Thunder.
Mm,
No Chet, no Isaiah Hartenstein.
mm.
Shy is the tallest player in their starting five. No, nothing against them. If I'm being honest, I love the Thunder on the West, but injuries is really what is going to kill them. And I believe them playing that small ball. Shy's not playing center.
Fair.
Respectfully, Jalen Williams is playing center. Bro is like 6'4". If AD is in the paint, bro, and
We're talking
Jalen
about the one that
Williams,
looks. You're talking about the one that you guys said looks like me, right? That Jalen Williams.
yes,
Okay.
yes, him and Aaron Wiggins are going to be playing the 4 and 5 if I'm not bugging. If Wemby or Anthony Davis
Yeah, if one of
get
them
the
decided
ball
to
on the
show.
block and one of them is behind them, Shy has to score 60. No, I'm just being real. Like
No,
he's gonna
you're
have
not
to.
wrong. You're not wrong. Because I'd be honest, if you put them dudes in the post with Jalen Williams on them, in the words of the coach of Phil Jackson with Michael Jordan, the Bulls, give them the ball and everybody get the out the way.
No, literally,
so,
like just move.
so I get
Like,
it.
listen, I love OKC and the way they started off this season was one of the best franchise starts of their franchise history.
Yeah.
I give it to them. Chet going down was hard. Thinking Isaiah Hartenstein was gonna stay healthy, they at least have, you know what I'm saying? He comes back in December, so they'll be okay.
Yeah. Like long run, they'll be fine. But
But
basically, these next couple weeks, it's gonna be a little
if I'm
ugly.
being honest with you, until KD comes back, the Suns are not going nowhere. D Book and Beal are gonna do what they gotta do, but they need KD, respectfully.
Fair.
I'm just gonna be honest. And we didn't say anything about the Jazz this whole thing. If I'm being honest,
I don't got much notes on the Jazz. So I'm just
they got a little bit of firepower, but it's not
Yeah.
enough that's really gonna take someone out. I feel like
it's that thing where I honestly, I'm gonna be so real. It's gonna sound so like crazy, but if the Jazz were in the Eastern Conference, they'd be one of those teams we talk about a lot more. Well, because they're in the West, I'm just like, respectfully, you're going
yeah,
to
no,
end up
they're not
bottom.
going
You're gonna
nowhere,
end up bottom five.
especially in the division they're in with this
No,
NBA
literally.
Cup. Because if I'm being honest, the Spurs are gonna beat them. If
The
we just
Spurs
being
already
technical.
have beat them in the
No, but I'm
past
saying
week. Like,
they're gonna beat them in the NBA Cup is what I'm saying. So
oh
it's
yeah, like
like
I'm saying that they're gonna do it
they're not
again.
even
Like,
gonna see it.
yeah,
But if I'm being honest, I wanted to pick OKC. Seeing those injuries and how that went, I can't pick them if I'm being honest. Like they're still gonna hoop, but it's not gonna be the same. I wanted to pick the Suns. Can't pick them until KD comes back, if I'm being honest. So if I'm being technical, I gotta go with LA. AD stays healthy, D'Lo can actually show up. If not, just go sit down somewhere like JJ Redick has been doing to him anyways. And LeBron take over. He's gonna be 40 just doing what he was doing anyway. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
So
now I have to ask a simple question, just partially as for troll purposes, but how many NBA Cups do equal at one actual NBA championship at this point if LeBron makes it and goes
zero.
back to back?
Zero. I'm not hearing it. Come on now, bro. If I'm being honest, LeBron is the GOAT, but I'm not counting that, bro. You can't even. They started it last year. Congratulations that he won.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? He
snap.
got the money. That is its own thing on the resume. That doesn't mean nothing, man. Like,
All right, I just had to partially troll it, but I had to ask.
yeah,
But
nah, I knew you was gonna ask that stupid question too.
I had to mess around with you there. But we're gonna go to our last group here. I This is the Wild West of groups. Oh my goodness.
Yo, this group.
You got the Nuggets, the Mavericks, the Pelicans, the Warriors, and the Grizzlies. I'll be so honest. When we was doing this, we was like talking about preparing, pre-production on the video, who we gonna pick. I was looking at this thing, like every group I looked, I knew who I wanted to go with. And then I looked at this group and I was like,
Yeah, it changes every
um,
almost every day. Literally, it changes. If I'm being honest with you, when the season started, I was going with the Pelicans just because of how good they looked in those first couple games.
yeah.
Win or lose, I was going with the Pelicans. I don't know what Zion's status is right now.
Well, he's just out indefinitely. They've literally just said
Oh yeah, so
indefinitely.
yeah,
Just
forget about it.
gone till question mark. Like there's no
No,
timetable.
him on and off with injuries screws that whole team up alone.
Can I say the thing again? Can I say the thing again?
What are you gonna
Y'all, we
say?
need to talk about this man being a bust. We'll have this conversation another day, but we need to talk about it. We
Oh
need to talk about
man.
it. This
Okay, but
man is a better version of Greg Oden.
wait. See, the thing is with being a bust is you get injured and then you come back and you don't do nothing. Am I wrong?
Here's my thing, though. He's never there.
Wait. When he is though, he's effective.
But once again, oh, you're great. But we're gonna have you for like on average 30 games a season.
Nah, I'm hip. I understand that because that is detrimental to a team. Facts, because chemistry and him being on the court and off the court, how they play, I get it. That's a fact. But we can't call him a bust if he's doing what he's supposed to when he is there. Yes, he's barely there, but look at Kawhi right now.
Honestly,
we know Kawhi is gonna do what he does when he comes back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I say this: if not for Kawhi genuinely making it to the mountaintop, I wouldn't be arguing. Like
okay,
if Kawhi didn't get all the way up there, I would be like, yeah, this ridiculous. Like, but because he's gotten there twice, I'm kind of like,
all right. Here's another one for you, Joel Embiid.
genuinely until he won that MVP, I honestly would have labeled him right up there too.
As a bust?
Honestly, like now if we're talking greatest bust, like I'm not gonna say he's on the same level as like, some of those crazy ones that have flopped, like Anthony Bennett, of course. But like
okay, but Anthony
like,
Bennett literally didn't do anything.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Remember what I said? On like a timeline of like complete bust to like complete success, like Zion is trending in the bust direction. You put all that. Jordan signed him to a 10-year, $100 million deal off a rip for even playing on the court. This man, I literally went and did the math while we were talking just now. This man averages only 31.6 games a season.
Oh yeah, no.
You don't even get him for half a season.
Him not playing, and you know what I'm saying.
And early
like being
Embiid
injured all the time, yeah.
Early Embiid was atrocious. Like, let us not forget. Like, he basically missed the first like 2-3 years of his career for real. Like,
nah, I'm hip. That's why I said it.
That's why I'm like, but once again, but now that he's kind of, I mean, like the injuries are still disgusting, but he's kind of still like he's giving you consistently more than 30 games at least. Like he's more.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but now he's not playing back to backs because of the thing. So it's like we know when he's on the court, he's gonna hoop. But then also, I don't feel comfortable calling him a bust because we know he's gonna do it when he gets there.
Also, too, as I tell you, to me, it's a resume thing. Embiid's got at least the MVP now and a couple All Stars under his belt. Zion got the what? Right. 1 to 2 All Stars.
I was gonna say Zion's problem with the All Stars is he hasn't been there enough to play. So you know what I'm saying?
Not count.
I'll give that to you, but I don't feel comfortable calling him a bust yet, only because it's not like he's getting injured and he's coming back and not producing. He's still producing. He's still doing what he's supposed to when he is on the floor. You know what I'm saying? It's not what the hype was. I mean, he was literally, they were saying the next LeBron thing, like how they was doing with Wemby. Obviously the hype wasn't as big, but he didn't go number one for no reason. So it's like,
Fair.
if you look at what he was doing in high school and college, you can't say that he wasn't going. So to call him a bust right now, I can't do that yet.
Okay. I respect it, but to me, he's trending on the lines of bust mania over here in my
I
opinion.
mean,
But that's
if he doesn't make some noise, because the team ain't going nowhere, if we're being honest. But if he doesn't make some noise individually for his resume, then yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
Like, yeah, genuinely crazy. But then at the same time, like you said, so the Pelicans kind of with him out indefinitely, they're kind of out the running. The Nuggets started off really rough. They've kind of found their footing all of a sudden, which then brings them kind of in the fold.
It looks great. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's and then
looks great.
But then on top of that, you like on the other side of the coin, you got like Ja. I'm pretty sure who's still out with injuries. Like so now,
I think he's out.
So like, where are the Grizz? Yeah, so it's like, where are they?
I was gonna pick them, but I can't pick them with him being out because we already know how that goes when he's not there.
He's in the question mark.
Yeah.
So now, really, in a sense, then the Warriors are playing well, which I did not see coming. I'll be so honest.
For some reason, I did because it's a bunch of young players with Draymond and Curry.
I don't know. I didn't.
Besides Buddy Hield, you know, he's a little on the older side, but he's literally the version of Klay Thompson that they needed on that team. I feel like
literally.
So, the Warriors are looking good. If they play the defense how they were against the Celtics that day, they can make some noise. The only problem is they're gonna have to worry about more than one star.
Because they only played Tatum.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh snap!
If I'm being real with you though, I gotta go Mavericks on this.
Really?
Derek Lively's injured right now, but if he comes back at a reasonable time,
so now
that Luka and Kyrie duo.
So wait,
and then you add PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, and then Klay is still there. So
now
it's
here's
like
my thing.
Just sit in the corner.
Speaking of Klay, tonight
Klay
returns. Klay returns to the Bay tonight. Are you going with the Mavericks? You're saying? That's crazy work. He's thinking about it. That's crazy. I can't believe
Cat, if I'm being honest with you. Yes.
Wow.
If I'm gonna break it down real quick, Buddy Hield and Curry gonna do what they do. Draymond's gonna talk.
He talk. Let's be real.
He gonna do his defensive thing, but he gonna talk. The young players are gonna do what they're supposed to. Like Moody showed up against Celtics, so I love that. But if we're bringing it to the other side, they're literally going to have to outscore the Mavericks.
Fair.
I'm gonna be real with you. Andrew Wiggins is not guarding Luka. Let's just clear that real quick. I love Andrew Wiggins as a player. He's not guarding Luka, and especially if you got PJ Washington on one wing, you can give the ball to Kyrie. Oh, and then if Andrew Wiggins is guarding Luka, who's guarding Kyrie? And please don't say Curry. Please don't tell me Curry.
I didn't even say nothing. I was just asking.
So I'm gonna just be real. I gotta go with the Mavs. Because listen. Draymond already said Klay Thompson said something to Kyrie about talking to the ops when he was talking to some of the Warriors players when they was, working out and stuff before the games. Draymond said he's going to run through his chest.
Oh, they're gonna act. Oh, the bitterness is gonna go crazy.
Draymond is going to get a tech, possibly get thrown out. That's gonna throw the whole defense away. Klay Thompson is going to light it up. Now, if I'm being honest, that man is washed, and I'm talking about like squeaky clean dishes washed. Like he's done. If I'm being real, but tonight, I feel like he's finna turn up.
He finna jump in the time capsule real quick.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna jump in the time capsule. I mean, it's like when he was on the Warriors, it was Curry, and then basically him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Jordan Poole was the in and out, after he got injured and all that. But right now he got Luka and Kyrie.
Huh. I'm shocked.
It
I'm
leaves
gonna
it
rock with the
open.
Nuggets. That's why I'm just to me with the
I'm gonna be
Warriors.
real. I don't think the Nuggets finna do it.
Hmm.
They're gonna do what they gotta do. And Jokic are like, all right, arguably he's front runner for MVP. If I'm being real,
To me, it's
so
Tatum,
it's like,
respectfully.
well, obviously I want to say it's Tatum, but the man is almost averaging a triple double.
I think as of right now, he technically is, but I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna
we can't
sustain.
knock it. We can't
We
knock
can't
it.
knock it. That's why I'm kind of rocking with the Nuggets here.
I feel like I don't know something about that team. I don't know, they're gonna lose one of these games. I don't know what it is, but I feel
And
like they're gonna
the
lose one,
sickest
and
part
that's
with
all
this,
they need.
yeah, I was like, the sickest part of this NBA Cup is one loss and you're basically toast. Like,
Yeah, like
unless
that's all they
like
need.
one loss and that's it. It is
Um,
wild.
so yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
It definitely is gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be real fun. But I gotta go with the Mavs. As long as they stay healthy, I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah. Hey, I told you I'm gonna rock with the Nuggets, and like we said, this is going to be fun. But you know what
Yeah.
also is fun? This channel, y'all. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe and hit those bells and wings things down below. As I like to say, ain't no like the Harding way, y'all. Peace.